So today I am going to be reviewing the Becca Sunchaser Palette. This is limited. It is new. I just got it. Here is what it looks like. So it kind of has that ombre effect from like a kind of bronzy, kind of brown to a nice coral and then to kind of like a sand color. So it's very beachy looking. So the back of it has these specific colors that are in the trio as well as the name. It has your bronzer color, your blush color, and your opal highlighter. But these two colors are new. This is an exclusive blush called Apricot Blossom, which is just like a really pretty matte kind of peachy coral. Then you have the bronzer. This is called, I don't know how you say it, guys. Is it Ipanema Sunset? I'm not really sure how you say it. That is the bronzer. That is also new. And then you also have your Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Highlighter in Opal, which is their bestseller. That is an original, so that you guys have obviously seen or tried before. So these are the two new shades for this trio. And I think they're kind of specifically making it for the summer to give you that kind of like really bronzy, kind of sun-kissed glow with that new bronzer. It is a warm bronzer, so it's actually great for giving you that very kind of like I'm on vacation in Hawaii glow. Here is the bronzer color. So you can see it's very warm. It does have a bit of a shimmer. It swatches a little bit more matte than it is. It's definitely a little bit more glowy once it's on the skin. And once you kind of like blend it out, you can see all the little gold shimmers. Or at least hopefully you can. I showed it on Snapchat, so you guys will have already seen it. But see how you kind of have a little bit more of a glow once you blend it out? So the blush obviously is just this really pretty peachy coral color. It's perfect for the summer. It really warms up the face nicely. It doesn't have any shimmer, so it's not going to make you like super glowy when you put it, because this does kind of give you a really good glow. So it's nice that they kept this matte. And Opal looks like that. So it's kind of just like a nice pretty kind of like almost like a pinky champagne color. That's how I would describe Opal. So there's the three swatches. So I played with this today. That was the first time that I have used it. And basically from my first impressions of the palette, I would say that the bronzer is definitely a bronzer versus like a contour. It's definitely warm, which I actually really like warmer shades, but I feel like this one is actually very warm. So it does give you that very kind of like beachy, sun-kissed, very like warm glow, like you've really been like at the beach. Like it's a really beautiful palette for, I feel like, if you're going on a summer vacation or spring vacation and you're going somewhere warm and kind of tropical and you want to look really beachy and just bronzed and like just golden. I think you're really gonna like this palette. I love the blush. I think the blush is a perfect shade. This is a blush that I will wear quite a lot. Opal for me is not my favorite. I feel like it's nice and it is a very kind of like natural highlight to where it's kind of skin tone, especially on me, to where it adds a bit of a glow, but it's nothing like super intense. So if you're looking for more of that kind of like beachy, kind of like almost like a dewy glow, it's not dewy, it's a powder, but it does kind of have that very kind of just like natural kind of like skin tone glow. It's just a very kind of like natural bronzy kind of like beachy, like Victoria's Secret or Sports Illustrated cover when they're like on the beach and the waves are splashing up behind them. That's the kind of palette that I feel like this is. I feel like because this is more of a beachy kind of sun-kissed glow bronzy palette, it does actually tie in really well with the other two colors. So I think they made a good choice as far as this palette goes. I just prefer a slightly lighter highlighter. But I do think that for this specific look with the bronzer and the blush and just that really kind of like beachy, kind of goddessy look, I think this actually does go very well with it. So it's kind of preference. If you want that really kind of just like sun-kissed glow, like I'm just at the beach, like I think it's a very kind of like natural kind of bronzy beach palette. Like you could wear this when you're going to the beach. I know a lot of people don't wear makeup to the beach. I do. It just is kind of what you prefer. I feel like it does bring that beachiness to your face, like that really just summery vibe. Like it's really nice. The blush is definitely my favorite. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to find this contour or bronzer a little warm. If you prefer more of a cool tone bronzer, this won't be for you because it is very warm. Like, even for me, I was like, whoa, that is warm. Like I catch my like reflection and I'm like, woo, I'm looking warm. It's not orange, but I think if you weren't careful, you could look a little orange with this. So be careful, have a light hand. You don't need a whole lot. You do have like a really pretty glow to the skin. Like you just look very healthy and summery. I actually do really like this palette. I think that it's a great palette for spring and summer. I would not wear this in the winter just because I feel like that contour or bronzer, sorry, is just a little warm for the winter. But I do feel like I will actually be wearing this a lot in the summer because I do think that the tones are just really beachy and really glowy and very sun-kissed. I do like the packaging. I think it's nice, it's small, it's compact. You can take it easily with you anywhere you go on vacation. You do have that full-size mirror, so it is actually a very good size mirror for such a small little compact. This retails for $34. It's available now at Ulta.com and in stores, and then it'll be available at BeccaCosmetics.com on the 8th of April. So the price point, I feel like, you know, you get 3 pretty good size products, so I think the price point is actually pretty good. It blended out really nicely, like the colors kind of went onto the skin really well. It wasn't streaky or patchy or anything like that when it came to the bronzer. The blush is gorgeous. I'll probably wear this blush a lot this summer. Like I really love the blush. I think it's an absolute beautiful color. It warms up the face really, really well. So overall, I'm actually very happy. I also have it on my eyes, and the bronzer color on my eyes is really pretty. It kind of just gives you that really pretty like bronzy kind of like, it's not super bronze where it's really metallic, but it just gives like a nice kind of like brown color to the eye. I also put a little bit of the peach blush on the lid, and then I put the highlight on as opal. So everything that is on my eyes, I only used this palette. So you can still create a really pretty look. So it's one of those things, if you're looking for kind of like minimal, very beachy makeup on your trip, and you don't want to pack a whole lot of makeup, this would double as your eye makeup and your, you know, face palette. So you have literally like almost everything you need in this one palette. So I mean, I created this whole look with this, obviously not my lipstick or my foundation, but everything else was created from this palette. So I do think it's a really good palette. I think the blush specifically is my absolute favorite. I will definitely be getting a lot of use out of this once I'm starting to be at the beach and I have a little bit more color. This is a thumbs up for me from Becca. I think they did a great job. I like the packaging. The blush is just so beautiful. Like they nailed it on the blush. I think if the blush wasn't so beautiful, I wouldn't be quite as excited about the palette. But because that blush is such a perfect peachy coral, I really like it for that fact. There's my thoughts. I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah!